Man, it was one of those days where the rain decided to pour down like there was no tomorrow. I'm sitting there at the small therapy clinic, staring out the window, thinking about how annoying it's going to be to walk home without an umbrella. Like, seriously, rain? Can't you cut me some slack? Suddenly, the door swings open, and in walks Kate, the new psychiatrist. I greeted her with a big old smile, trying to hide my annoyance with the weather. She introduces herself, all professional-like. "Hey, I'm Kate, the new shrink around here." I guided her to her office where she's going to be stationed, as per the clinic manager's orders. The day's been quiet, and it's just me and Kate in the clinic, so I figure why not strike up a conversation? I stroll into Kate's office, trying to be friendly. "So, Kate, how long have you been practicing the art of messing with people's heads?" She chuckles and says, "About 10 years now. You know, the usual stuff, listening to people's problems and pretending like I have all the answers." I'm genuinely impressed, and I ask her how she got into this whole therapy gig. That's when I notice something off about her. She's visibly bothered by something. Being the nosy person I am, I ask her what's eating at her. She hesitates, glancing around like she's afraid someone might be eavesdropping. Patient confidentiality and all that jazz. I push her a bit, telling her it's just us girls, spill the beans. Finally, she sighs and decides to share a story. "All right, fine, but this one's a doozy," she warns, looking dead serious. I lean in, my curiosity on full blast. She starts telling me about this kid named Gabriel, a 13-year-old who gave her the creeps. I mean, 13? Kids that young needing therapy? The world's messed up, man. Kate explains how she met Gabriel and his mom at this rundown house on Mill Street. The boy seemed normal at first, but then she asked what was wrong with him. Gabriel's mom goes on about how since he was 6, the kid avoided going outside like the plague. Windows were a no-go zone too. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's just an introvert or something. But Kate's face turns serious as she continues. Apparently, Gabriel wouldn't spill the beans about why he was so scared of the outside world. The mom was clueless, and the kid was keeping quiet, like he was holding on to some deep, dark secret. She then continued her story where she visits Gabriel's home, determined to unravel the mystery behind this kid's fear of the great outdoors. On day 1, everything seemed normal. Cartoons, YouTube videos, books with mom, nothing out of the ordinary. But that window incident, that's what kept Kate up at night. As the day continues, Kate's got her eyes peeled, watching Gabriel like a hawk for any clues. The kid's doing the same routine: cartoons, iPad, books, all the usual stuff. But then, like clockwork, he inches closer to that darn window. For a whole hour, Gabriel just stares outside, looking terrified. Kate glances out, expecting to see a UFO or a creepy neighbor, but it's just a regular backyard on a cloudy day. Nothing to freak out about, right? Wrong. When Kate asks Gabriel what he sees, the kid loses it. "It's there, waiting for me to come outside," he mutters, voice trembling. Kate's skin crawls, and she asks the million-dollar question, "Who is there, sweetie?" The boy screams, "No!" like he's being chased by the boogeyman, and bolts back to his room, treating it like some fortress of solitude. Kate's now officially creeped out, wondering if this kid's imagination is working overtime, or if there's something more sinister lurking. After the 5-hour shift, Kate leaves, feeling a sense of unease. She talks to Gabriel's mom, asking if the boy's ever taken hallucinogenic meds or something. The mom, defensive yet concerned, reassures Kate that she wouldn't let her kid pop pills without a doctor's say-so. Day 1 wraps up with Kate promising to come back tomorrow. As she tells me this, I'm getting goosebumps. I ask, "What did you do on the second day, Kate?" She smirks a bit, saying, "You're gonna have to wait for tomorrow to find out." I roll my eyes, slightly disappointed, but life at the clinic calls new visitors are streaming in. As I head home, eat dinner, and lay in bed, I can't shake the feeling that Kate's story is gonna unveil something dark and twisted. Tomorrow can't come soon enough. The next day crept in, and I was on a mission to wrap up work pronto, desperate to unravel the chilling tale Kate had started. But but the clinic was buzzing with visitors, each with their own brand of chaos, and I hustled through the day, managing the madness with a dash of disappointment. By the end of my 8-hour shift, fatigue etched lines on my face. Kate caught the look on my face, and out of kindness, she decided to spill more of her eerie story. My face lit up like a sunflower under the midday sun. We both left the clinic, making a beeline for Kate's home where I settled on her comfy couch, eagerly waiting for the next chapter. Kate took a deep breath and dove back into the tale. On the second day at Gabriel's place, things seemed normal until Kate wanted a quick smoke outside. That's when Gabriel, urgency in his voice, stopped her, warning that opening the door would let it in. Intrigued, Kate peered outside but found no one. Choosing not to open the door, the boy visibly relaxed. Thinking on her feet, Kate asked Gabriel to draw what he saw in the backyard. Surprisingly, the boy agreed and quickly grabbed his drawing supplies. As he sketched, I watched in shock as the image took form. A tall, pale woman with long black hair, long arms, wearing a white dress smeared in blood, a devilish smile etched on her face. "Holy cheesecakes," Kate muttered, her heart racing. She asked Gabriel if this was the reason he avoided the outside, and he nodded in confirmation. Even Gabriel's terrified mother gazed upon the drawing. At the end of the 5-hour shift, Kate meticulously documented every detail in her report. She nudged me to call it a day, promising to finish the story tomorrow. In shock, I left for home, unable to eat or do anything as fear and excitement churned in my mind. That night, Kate detailed the story further. She spoke about the shift in Gabriel's home's atmosphere after the drawing, a sinister presence that sent shivers down her spine. She recounted the eerie feeling of being watched, as if the creature depicted in the drawing was somehow aware of their discussion. The next day at the clinic, I was a mix of anticipation and dread, eager to unravel the conclusion of Kate's unsettling experience with Gabriel. Little did I know, the story was far from over, and the answers might be darker than I could have ever imagined. The next morning, I woke up feeling like I hadn't slept at all, thanks to the barrage of late-night text messages from Kate. My usual morning routine felt like a chore, but I pressed on and headed to work. To my surprise, the clinic was eerily quiet once again. A sense of relief washed over me. I couldn't fathom dealing with another day of administrative chaos like the one before. Just when I thought it was going to be a mundane day, Kate strolled into the clinic, offering to finish her story in her office before the inevitable swarm of visitors descended upon us. "Is it Christmas already?" I quipped excitedly. Kate chuckled, and we both settled into her office with steaming cups of coffee. The air became tense as Kate resumed her story, her eyes filled with seriousness and dread. On the third and final day of her assessment with Gabriel, Kate entered the boy's chilling home, suspecting schizophrenia or monstrous illusions tied to his anxiety. Little did she know, the terrifying climax awaited her. As Kate monitored Gabriel, he claimed to hear strange noises from the basement. Curiosity outweighed caution, and Gabriel insisted on investigating. Kate, uneasy, accompanied him. When she opened the basement door, an ominous stairway descended into darkness. To Kate's horror, a long, pale arm shot out from the abyss, snatching Gabriel and pulling him into the darkness. He screamed in terror, pleading for salvation. Kate, panicked, chased after him, but when she illuminated the basement with light, Gabriel was nowhere to be found. His mother, puzzled, revealed that he was napping in his room. Perplexed, Kate rushed to Gabriel's room, only to find him peacefully asleep. However, something was off. Gabriel awoke, seemingly normal, but Kate sensed an underlying difference. When he miraculously stepped into the outside world, Kate couldn't shake the feeling that things weren't as they seemed. Writing her report, Kate convinced herself that Gabriel had returned to normal, but the haunting memory of the basement lingered. The boy's mother thanked Kate for resolving the dilemma, unaware of the doubts clouding the psychiatrist's mind. Kate left that day with a multitude of questions, haunted by the unsettling experience in the basement. As she finished her tale, my eyes widened in horror. "I told you so," Kate muttered. "I know. You don't have to tell me that," I replied in a scared tone. Kate tried to reassure me, urging me not to dwell on the story, as it might affect my work. I attempted to put on a brave face, but deep down, the terror lingered. As new visitors flooded the clinic, I went back to my routine, forever haunted by the basement incident in Kate's chilling story, unsure if it was true or a fragment of a disturbed imagination.